everybody, it's Christine, and I'm here with a card today featuring dragons from our new Dragons Clear stamp set. And I had already colored him for the packaging label, so I didn't video that, but I did making this card. I took the stamp and I attached the die to the image, and then I ran it through my Cuttlebug to cut him out. And then I wanted to make like a universe sky type thing. So I took Distress Inks, picked raspberry and seedless preserves, and I blended them on paper previous to this video just to see what it would look like. And I liked how it looked, so I went ahead and did it again. And I have found with the Distress Inks that you really have to put a lot of ink into it. I always work with them and I start using them and it's like, oh, I don't know about this. Isn't looking exactly what I want. So just keep going at it and going at it and going at it to get what you like. And make sure you're blending your colors up into each other to get a nice smooth transition. After I got the inks how I wanted them, I then spritzed it with a little bit of water and took a paper towel and wiped up the spots and then flicked just basic white acrylic paint on it. And then I started working on this sentiment, and I used one, Sorry, I'm Dragon, and I used the mini mister to do this. I love this concept because I can never get it to stamp just right, so I like to be able to stamp it twice or even 3 times if need be. So I just used the Wow embossing pad clear, and then I just had some basic white embossing powder that I put on it, and then I used my heat gun to emboss the ink. Then I took the piece of black paper that I did the sentiment on, and I just kind of eyeballed it to cut it out. I wasn't really exact or anything. My paper cutter is humongous. I bought it for cutting out labels for the business, so it's one of the big thick ones that can take like 25 sheets at a time, but it's really not very good for when you're trying to just do a card or whatnot. So I'm looking to replace that. Something smaller, actually something a lot smaller would be great, but that's what I use for now. And then I took the paper that I did the sky on, and I had to trim it down to fit through the Cuttlebug machine. And then I just grabbed one of our dies that we have. I think that was from one of our Make a Card die sets that we no longer have. And I liked how it fit, the image fit in there, the sky part. So I just took it and ran it through the Cuttlebug, cutting it out. And I've had my Cuttlebug for many years. That Cuttlebug, I got it when we lived in Tennessee, and it's moved here to Kansas with us, and that thing just keeps on working really well. And as you can probably see, the pads need replaced, but they still work, so it's all good. And then I got started on assembling my card. So I put the front on there, making sure I liked it, and added the little sentiment strip. And then I added the little dragon guy, and I made sure that I liked where everything was positioned. And then I used the Scotch Advanced Tape Glider and some pop dots behind the little dragon. And then we have the Dragon Dreams enamel dots that we're going to add at the end. So I'm just assembling the card, gluing them down. And I wanted to have just a little bit of dimension on the card, so that's why I did pop dots on the back of the little dragon. I think I did like 6 on there. He raised up just enough that it was really cute. It added cuteness of the card. I guess you'd consider this a simple card because there's not a whole lot going on. It's not thick. It wouldn't be cost too much to ship in the mail because there's not a lot of embellishments or anything on that. And the enamel dots are not very tall, And then I took some pink stickles to add a little bit of glitter to his little hair at the top of his head and to his wings and on his little tail. This is the first time I've done a video in a very long time, and it's been quite a challenge. My iMovie has crashed numerous times, so I'm like, oh my gosh, I just want to get it done. I'm just gonna run through this and hope for the best. So hopefully in the future they'll be a little bit better and a little bit longer and not so kind of scattered and everything like that. And at the end here, I took my white pen and I added just some white dots to give a little more oomph to the background. And then I also take it and I add some white to him, just because the white gives it, just that little bit of pop to it. And then I am all done with this card, and I had a lot of fun making him. And thank you so much for watching this video. And if you would like to subscribe, I would absolutely love it. And thank you for joining me, and see you next time. Bye.